So first things first, what you need to do is go over to the school academy, which I put there below. And you're going to go over to the school, Rank Fortress Academy, and join. If you don't have an invite, comment on my post or message me on Facebook and I will send you the invite. You're going to want to join. I just started it up. We already got almost 200 members. Everything in here, you'll have general discussion. You'll have announcements. If I'm announcing anything like a class or a special event, it'll be here, or bonuses. Introduce yourself. Tell me about yourself. I don't want to just be the only one in here talking. You know, this is my story and my wife's story here. Introduce yourself. Tell me about you. How did you get started in the junk removal business, or if you got involved in SEO? If you have a question, go in there, ask a question, drop your questions there. If you ever want to share your wins, like things that have happened, whether you got a big job or whether you're ranking for a new keyword or you weren't ranking and now you are, whatever that may be, share your wins. Case studies are things I'm going to be testing and dropping in here underneath case studies, like practices, different things I come up with are hacks. Like right now I'm working on a new hack. Resources and SOPs. SOP means standard operating procedure. For those of you that don't know what it means, it is how I have systemized my white label, if you will, business and SEO agency to be able to do things at scale, scale being in mass. So everything will be here. If you don't have an invite, message me on Facebook or email me at william@williamjonesmarketing.com or comment on one of my posts on Facebook and I will get it over to you. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Any questions so far? And as I said, let me know, hey, I'm involved in junk removal. I have a junk removal business, or I'm just an SEO guy trying to improve my skills. Whatever it may be, let me know. Okay. If you missed out on anything I've said, you're going to need to go back through and rewatch this. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and get started here. Arnab, go ahead and rewatch anything you have missed because you did miss quite a bit. So this is going to go over about 10 weeks or so. Okay. This is not going to be a real quick, if you will, class where it's going to, before I've done some classes where, if you will, I did walkthroughs and that sort of thing. And Xavier is in here now. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Normally, I'll do walkthroughs throughout this. I will stop. I will, go through the modules. Each module is about 4 different modules. We're going to go everything. This is very basic. This is down to earth. If you got questions, drop them in the comments. I will answer them. I will show you how to do things. I will audit your, GMB. I will audit your website. I will show you exactly what we're doing. I will not just talk about it, okay? But first things first, we'll go through all this, all right? Module 1 is basically an introduction to local SEO and GMB SEO. Why is it important to your junk removal business? Okay. Comment, make sure you can see the screen. If you can see the screen where we're going over with our junk removal SEO mastery course, comment, yes, sir, I see it, or yes. I have to say yes, sir, but you know what I mean. Awesome. Thank you, Brennan. For those of you that want to know why I got involved in junk removal, you can blame that man Xavier. He is, if you will, the real OG of junk removal. So he's the reason I got involved with it. So we go back. So introduction to local SEO. Why is it important? Yes, I still call it GMB SEO or Google My Business. You can also call it Google Business Profile. All right, GBP. Why is it important for your junk removal business to increase your local visibility? Which means I want more people to fucking find me whenever they're searching for junk removal, whether that's furniture removal, TV removal, hot tub removal, mattress removal, whatever it fucking may be. You want them to be able to find you. And the way we make that happen is via local SEO. My website, which is still in the works because I'm changing everything at my fortress here at Rank Fortress. And second website for the niche will be when it's launched, junkremovalseoexpert.com. It will be in Go High Level and some other things. Everything on that site will be about junk removal. So stay tuned. Module 1, what we're going to cover, we're covering the fundamentals of local SEO and Google My Business or Google Business Profile that will help your junk removal business rank higher in local searches. The things what we're going to cover, and I will ask you, hey, do you have a GMB you want me to audit? Do you have a website you want me to audit? And I will do that live when we get to it, okay? What's local SEO? Why is it important? How Google ranks local businesses. What's the ranking factors? Because I get the question all the time. People are like, okay, for instance, what's important? Is it reviews? Is it if I post or don't post? You know, is it how I've added services or products? All these things. What actually gets rankings? Because a lot of people will tell you, well, you need to post this many times a week, or you don't need to post at all, or reviews don't matter. And a lot of the things that they're telling people is a bunch of bullshit. Okay. Number 3, understanding Google's local 3-pack and organic local rankings. Because a lot of people just don't understand how it works whatsoever. And lesson 4 is going to be the role of Google My Business in local SEO, because there are different algorithms. There is, you know, if you will, LSA or service ads, which I know my boy Xavier knows all about, and Google ads, totally different. All right. Google ads and local service ads, different. All right. Then we got Google Maps. Then we got local. Then we got organic local. Then we got voice search. We have video search. So we got 5, if you will, different algorithms that most people don't even touch on. You know, I am not an SEO that's going to say, well, once you're ranked in Google Maps, you don't need to do ads. That's a bunch of hogwash. If you're ranking in Google, you know, Maps or organic, the whole point of ranking is to make more money so you can spend more money on different things such as ads, yard signs, Google ads, Facebook ads. All of it. Why? Because he who has seen more and he who dominates the market rules. Whoever has the deepest pockets will always win. Period. And the way we do this is by leveraging, if you will, Google. It could be LSA ads, or it can be local SEO, or it can be organic. But we're going to leverage everything that we can, and we will be going over all of it. So what is local SEO? Local SEO is the process of optimizing a business's presence. All right, and we're going to go over what does it mean to optimize. The same thing I talk about even with my Facebook marketing. So what does it focus on? There's a difference between national SEO and local SEO. Biggest point is local SEO is visibility in your specific geographic area or city. Such as, and you're going after terms that are geocentric, generally speaking, junk removal near me, or junk removal in a specific city, or furniture removal in a specific city, and we're focusing on Google Maps, or what we call the local map pack. How many of you do not know what the local map pack is? Don't be embarrassed. Hey, William, my man, I appreciate you, Xavier. You don't know what that is. All right, so let's go ahead and stop. It's not embarrassing or nothing like that. So, all right, let's get back here. Local map pack. So we can enter, and this may sound stupid to some people, but it is what it is. You know, I am not the goat of SEO. I appreciate it, but I don't believe it. You know, I appreciate it though. Thank you. So for example, let's just go junk removal Orlando. So map pack. This is going to be ads. All right, up here. These are your organic section. Okay. You can hit here, go see more businesses. But what matters is who's in the fucking top 3 because they're getting most of the business. Your people also ask, pay attention to this, people, because this is what you should be making your blogs of. Every time you click on this, it goes down further. Google literally tells you, because people all the time ask, what should I write about? What should I make my Google business post about? What should I talk about on Facebook or social media? It's right there. Google, right in front of our faces. Google says, this is what people are asking about. Please give our clients this information. Please give our web searchers this information, right? Then this down here is organic, where we got Junk King and 1-800-JUNK and College and all these big dogs everybody knows about. All right. And then down here, this is just organic. Then we got questions. Sometimes what you'll have pop up in here as well as video and podcast. As well as over here, you got short videos. Then we got videos, forums, images. There's also image SEO. It's literally good 6 to 7 different algorithms. And most people only focus on Google Maps or organic, which is stupid. Focus on everything. I want to leverage every single thing that I can. All right. Hopefully that answered your question. That's what we're talking about when we come to local SEO, Dan. Okay. And Christopher. So let's go ahead and go back. Give me 1 second. If you have any more questions, don't feel like you can't ask questions. All right, so let's go back. We'll go back to our presentation here. And if you have questions, make sure to ask them, okay? I want to, some people are afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That is what local SEO is. And it will vary. Another thing is you may be ranked in one part of the specific city and not ranked in another part of the city. All right. And how do we do that? And I'll show you a map. So for example, we'll go on Local Dominator. Local Dominator is a tool that I use to run my what we call geogrids. And I know a lot of times, sometimes people don't know these terms either, and we'll share these tools with you. I'm going to tell you about them. I'm going to tell you hacks that we use with them and stuff. Right now, I'm working on a very specific hack using one. All right, so this is Local Dominator. Can you see my screen where you see, if you will, geogrids and stuff running? So let's say this one right here, right? This is a geogrid. Awesome. Looks like a terrible red geogrid, right? You see it? Beautiful. It's terrible. All right, so let's say this guy right here, he's ranking, 7 and 10 and 15 right on his GMB. So where you see your best rankings, that generally is where your GMB is at the center of. All these other areas where you see 17 and 20 and all that means you're not ranking there. Well, how do we see who's ranking there? If we click on any of these spots, it will show us who's ranking there. So we know immediately who our competition is. I can look at their sites. I can say, okay, do they got more Google reviews? Like this guy, is he using the city name inside his GMB listing? How many reviews does he have? I can look at everything. Like, for example, this one's weight loss near me. This is why I want to look at different things. Does he have the term weight loss inside of his GMB name? Yes, 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 yes. And let's say you didn't, and yours was just smart dimensions. Well, there's a reason why these guys are ranking, and we can list these factors out. Well, he's got the keyword in, or he's got the city. Is this address shown? Yes or no? How many reviews does he have? How many reviews do I have? I want to look at all those different things, and when I do, I get more information, and I then know what I can do to start ranking in these areas. Another cool thing about Local Dominator is it will also, I can click on any of these spots where I'm not ranking, these neighborhoods and stuff. You notice up here it gives me the latitude and longitude. And one of the cool things I'm working on, I'm not going to dive into it yet, but there's something I can do with this to get driving directions from that latitude, longitude to my GMB. Okay, we'll get in that later. But this is what a Google business, if when someone says, hey, I want a geogrid, that's what a geogrid is. If you ever want to know where am I ranking in a city, this is how we figure it out. We can look at a couple of junk removal ones too, and I'll kind of show you. Let me stop this real quick. You got any questions so far? Yeah, Dan, that's really cool. I love the tool. It's Local Dominator is what I use. Um, it's just what I currently use. So let me pull this up. I'm going to get junk removal for y'all so y'all can kind of see where we're at. All right, so I'm gonna try to find one that's not ranking because I've been pretty damn good at ranking junk removal. I mean, I'm not joking when I say this. So junk removal, all in the top, on the top. So if y'all ever want to, can I do junk removal? Yeah, I can do junk removal. So let's just take one of these newer clients down here that ain't ranking yet. So for example, let's say junk removal or junk hauling, this guy. So if I want to look at this, so for example, I want to look at that map like I just showed you, he's totally freaking dominating the South. And now we're pushing out and expanding. So what I always try to do, and when I try to tell people what you want an SEO do, is my goal is to take this entire map, make it completely freaking green like a cabbage patch. And then what we'll do is we'll start expanding out these numbers. And how we do that is we figure out, okay, give me latitude and longitude information. How many reviews do these people have? What are they doing different? Maybe what do they have on their website that I don't have on my website? To dominate that area as well. I want to be known as the entire entity in this area, and an entity being anytime Google thinks of junk removal in that entire area, I want them to think of my business. So that is what our job is when we're doing SEO. Is that pretty cool? Dan, awesome. Thank you. Yes, I believe it's awesome. Thank you, Xavier. Jay, is it cheaper than Local Falcon? For me, yes. You got to understand, I do thousands of these every single month. So for me, it's been a lot cheaper. Local Falcon was a lot more expensive. So, all right. Next, so we're going to go ahead and start back up. And yes, all of these people you're going to see in my slides are my staff. This is actually Rika, and she is my assistant floor manager. So Google Business, like I said, specialized aspect of local SEO where we're focusing on the Google Maps listing, local search results. The GMB SEO is going to ensure that your business appears. Why do you want your business to appear in the map pack? Because around 80-something% of all traffic goes to the map pack. This is cool. I'm going to do this. Dan, can you search any company? Yeah, you can search any company with a heat map. Any business. It doesn't have to be my business. It doesn't have to be your business. I can search anybody and everybody. All right. Next, key components. What are the key components? Because everybody asks this all the time. What are the key components of local SEO? So number one, is your Google My Business profile optimized? Is it optimized? Now, to do this, what I'm going to have one of you guys do is I'm going to have someone reach out to me on Facebook this week and send me over, if you will, your GMB. And then I'm going to optimize it for you. So Google Business Optimization means setting up and optimizing a Google Business profile to improve search rankings. So for example, there are various parts of a GMB. Your name, your phone number, your address, your website. If you ever hear this term, NAP, consistency, which is in number 3. Is all that information up to date? Is your services up to date? Is your products up to date? Is your images up to date? All of those things. And what happens a lot of times is you don't. So for example, and we'll go over this even in more detail, is whatever services, whatever products that you put on your GMB, they need to be on the website. And whatever products and services, i.e. pages that are on your website, they need to be listed as services and products on your Google Business profile. Okay, we're going to do an overview, and then once I have one of you guys send me, and I'm going to send out an email, so whoever first responds after the class is going to get it. I'm going to optimize your Google Business profile for you for free, and I'm going to show you, hey, this is why it's not optimized. So number 2, also FYI, stay to the end if you're here, because I am giving away a free ticket to the Junk Expo in California, which I will be at in October of this year. Number 2, local keyword optimization. Are you using local based keywords on your website? You don't know how many times I've looked at people's websites in junk removal and every type of different niche you can think of, and there will be, let's say, I'm in San Diego, California, but yet they put Santa Ana all over the website, or they put multiple cities all over the website. You're going to confuse Google when you do that. If you are in Santa Ana, you need to put Santa Ana all over your website and not a bunch of other cities, at least until you dominate Santa Ana. And then after you do that, we can talk about expanding into other cities. Number 3, NAP consistency. NAP is short for name, address, and phone number. And of course, website. That means ensuring everything you ever do, your website listings, your citations, your backlinks, your press releases, all of it has the same thing as your GMB. Number 4, customer reviews and ratings. We're going to go over everything. All right. Customer reviews and ratings. How many of you ever heard, well, Google reviews are important? Give me a 1. Everybody swears by them, right? I'm going to show you why they're not the best, the only important thing. Let's go back to the Google business listing. Give me any of you guys' business name, and I'm going to pull up y'all's and we'll look through it together. There we go. Dan, you were fast, brother. You are fast, my man. Yeah, y'all slow. Dan was on that shit. I'm just kidding. All right, so Dan, we're going to go through a little bit of this. All right, so let's go back. So Google Business Profile Optimization, like we talked about. All right, setting up, and when I'd have to see the back end of it to actually tell you, is it optimized or not? Which means, let's say your category, okay? Is your categories right? And all this other junk. We'll go through that. But let me I'm going to look at it 2 different ways. You're in Ottawa. But okay, so for example, I'm just giving you an example. Are you in junk removal or are you in waste management? That's question number 1, Dan. Junk removal or waste management? Bingo. All right, so problem number 1 when we're looking at this. Wrong category. You see the categories up here? So the categories that you have your if you will, your GMB set up with is waste management. That's the primary category. Your secondary category is service establishment, and third one is a mover. You're none of those. So there is a category specifically for junk removal, and you need to be in that category. Okay, that's number one. Why? Because whatever you're putting on your website needs to be the same thing as the GMB, vice versa. Okay, because otherwise you're going to confuse Google. That's just the bottom line. You're going to confuse Google, and we don't want that. We're going to go through all of this stuff, and we'll go through all this stuff, but we'll do it in a different way. I'll go through it both ways. So what you see in maps here is different than what you see in Google. We'll go through both, okay? Your photo, the first thing you see is, of course, this photo, which is fine. You see the reviews up here. We'll click on reviews. Is the guy, are you responding to reviews? Yes, 5 months, appreciate the review. Awesome. It's not generic responses. You're actually personalize it. What I would also tell you to do, maybe this is going to sound kind of stupid, but there are reasons I do these things. When you're in here, click like on these reviews and stuff, right? These are what we call happy signals. Google wants to see interaction with your GMB, right? What are interactions? Interactions, for example, is, are you sharing your reviews using the share link? Are you embedding the reviews? You can embed the reviews. You can embed the maps. You can share these, right? These are all signals, because what helps Google rank a GMB as well as a website is signals showing engagement. Engagement being, are they sharing? Are they liking? Are they getting driving directions? Are they calling? What are they doing when they're engaging with your business on your profile? All right. So now let's go back to the actual search, not in maps, but here. So when we come back here, we're going to go over, okay, is it optimized correctly? We already said Dan's, no, it's not. Okay, that's the first part. Is he using, so it says Dan's dump run. It says nothing about junk removal. Doesn't tell me anything, if you will, about that. Does he have his name, address, phone number listed here? Yes, he's got website, got reviews. Like this, how many people have saved your listing? How many people have shared your listing? How many people have called your listing, clicked on your website? All those are engagement signals. Xavier says, my man William, quick question. What happens when you have 3 services? So what's your prominent service? What's the money maker? That's the one I want to go after. That's your primary category. Waste management is a part of junk removal, but it's actually a primary category of a totally different category. So generally, a lot of people, for instance, when they're in junk removal, don't do waste management, but they can a lot of times. So down here, we have a little excerpt of about Dan's junk room. You can actually, it's around 700 something words that you can actually put in here. So I actually expanded. Can you look up Junk Removal Viking if you want? We're about 7 weeks in so far. Yeah, I will. And see where we're at. But I already know we're already ranking, because you already got calls and different things. But all right, so you see this right here. The last thing what we were just talking about is name, name, address, etc. So is your name, address, and everything consistent? You are a service area based business. You're not showing your address. So anybody that's a service area based business, you're setting your setup for failure as well, because a lot of times service area based businesses are harder to rank. Can I rank them still? Yes. You just make it harder. And it varies. It depends on the niche, and it depends on the city. It depends on the area. So I generally like to look at the actual GMB and see where you're ranking at. So, and then down here, the other thing we cover, we talked about, okay, for instance, customer reviews and ratings. Everyone concentrates on GMB. Yeah, damn, my address is my home. I understand. That's why people hide it usually. You can generally get and rent an office for pretty cheap, $100, $200 a month to get an actual office location. Everybody says concentrate on Google reviews. Well, I can show you time and time again where Google actually pulls reviews from other websites, whether that be Facebook, whether that be Trustpilot, whether that be Yelp. They will pull other reviews and put them down here. So I would tell you, do not just concentrate on Google reviews. Concentrate on getting reviews period. Right? Let's go. This, for example, we'll go out of Dan's junk run, but let's go junk removal SEO. I mean not SEO, but junk removal Orlando. Just to kind of see. Let's click on this guy right here. And you'll see, you see all these other citations, and you see other things that will pop up. You'll see other reviews pop up, all types of things. So let's go Junk King Orlando. The way we get to see it, if he has it. So you'll see these are all Google reviews, but if there's other reviews like this, Facebook, Angie's List, Junk King, all these different reviews, right? And it's showing you the engagement signals when the business is busy. It shows you their products, how many product services they have listed. I mean, do you think this one's optimized compared to yours, Dan? Comparing this to yours, for example, he's got his address shown. He's got the right category because it says junk removal service. He's got his name, address, phone number. Down here, he has all of his social profile. His posts on it. You had one post. He's posting like a madman, and he's doing some really nice posts. All of his social profiles. I have people all the time, for instance, tell me, well, social profiles aren't that important. Bullshit. Google wouldn't be putting it on their GMB or Google Business Profile in the back end where you can add your social profiles if it wasn't important. Number two, are you posting on your social profiles? It's not going to do you damn good if you have a social profile and you're not posting on it. You don't know how many audits I've done. People got profiles and they post on it like once a month. Hire a VA with us for a couple of $100 to post on your damn, social profiles. And then it tells you besides them, these are the other people that are related to your industry. Okay. And there are things I would do with this when it tells me these people are also being searched for in that area. I'll write, for example, junk removal, express junk Orlando removal versus junk daddy. I'll actually do us versus them type blog posts to associate my business with these businesses to outrank them. So another one, custom reviews, ratings. We did that. Local citations and directories. What is a local citation? A local citation is places like Yelp, Angie's List, Home, all these different type Better Business Bureau. Everybody, Google Maps is obviously a citation, but any of these directories, Yellow Pages, all of them, they're all directories. And y'all want to know what a directory is? I can give you a list of directories, okay? So for example, let's see how many of these bitches I got. I'll show you citations. Here's my US list of citations. Places like Batch Geo, GB Pages, Easy Local, Listed Biz, Easy Web Directory, Easy Local. All these are citations. These are just business citations where you can list your business at. That is all it means. It's nothing fancy or anything like that. That's all it means. You can list your business there. It's a citation or a directory. Any questions about what a citation or directory is or anything we went over so far? Yes, sir. I can share that, Doc. I will be sharing a lot of information. So, more importantly, okay, not just citations. When you're thinking about, hey, I want citations, or hey, I want reviews, what's more important? Just a citation on any directory or a citation specifically on junk removal directories? Specifically, directories that are about junk removal. Okay. So and then for instance, websites that are about junk removal that are about reviews and different things of this nature. And I will be sharing all that. It will be put on the back end, like I said, at our school. If you're not in school yet, you need to message me and I will drop you in there. We already got 190 members, so, and that's only been up for a few days. All right, so next, on-page SEO for local searches. You're like, William, what do you mean? On-page is actually important for Google Maps. Yes, if your on-page is not on point, if your off-page and all your total package of SEO is not on point, you will not rank on Google Maps. Awesome. Dan, I will get you set up and I will accept it. I just gotta, we'll see if I see you. Okay, if not, I will send it. Yes, it's being recorded, Ben. So you got on-page SEO for local searches. So for example, what do I mean by that? So the images on your website, are you associating the area you're in with it? So like when I have city pages, when I post about, let's say, hot tub removal in Orlando, am I putting any images of Orlando on that page? Yes or no? Am I putting latitude and longitude inside the back end of that page? Yes or no? And a lot of times people are not. Okay. Number 7, mobile optimization. Over 80% of all people search for their information off of these little devices called cell phones, little pocket computers, basically. If you're not mobile optimized, you can tell me it's not a ranking factor all you want, but what will happen if you're not mobile optimized? People will come to your website on their phone and they will leave your website, and that will increase your bounce rate. It basically tells Google, hey, I went to their website, it sucked, and I left. And you know what's going to happen? Google is then going to start penalizing you, saying, well, people don't think you're an authority in this niche, and therefore we shouldn't reward you. Number 8, the content you're making, blog posts, articles, and facts, are they optimized for local? So for example, like we showed you earlier, people also ask questions. So if I went junk removal Orlando, am I using localized content like this? How much does junk removal cost in Orlando? You know, all these different things right here, we're talking about junk removal. Are we using localized content? Number 9, backlink building from local sources. Gain links from locally relevant websites in your area to improve authority and credibility. I personally do not need to do as much backlinks because the system I have set up, and if you're with me and you're a client with me, you know this, I do a couple of backlinks which are on Google's assets such as Google Drive, Google PDFs, etc. Then I use YouTube, I do podcasts, and then I do press releases. I do have backlinks available. I can do them. I just don't need to do them. So why bother? If you're going to do them though, you should get them from places and other companies in the area that you can associate with. Newspapers, nonprofit organizations that are in that city. Why is it important? No, it's important because it's local and it's going to give you more authority. The higher your authority, the higher Google will rank you. So a lot of times what we'll do is when we come into a city, if I was in, let's say, Orlando, I'd want to find out what are all the nonprofits in that area? What are some events they're having that I can sponsor? And when you sponsor them, a lot of times you have to ask them, hey, can I get listed on your website as a sponsor? And they will put your link to your website as a sponsor. So if you ever want to know, well, how can I find the sponsors, William, in Orlando? You just go Orlando nonprofit, or better yet, because we got Chat GPT. I know Mr. Xavier's been talking about it. I can literally go, give me a list of Orlando nonprofits. This beautiful thing about AI is just scraping the website and putting it, Google search and putting it all in one lovely little thing for you. And here we go. We got a bunch of nonprofits. So we could start with this, and I can even tell you, can you give me a list of at least 20? Just out of curiosity. Boom, 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 boom. And I will contact every one of these and see what type of events they're happening. Or I'll even ask ChatGPT, it says, is there any nonprofit events currently? Are there any nonprofit events happening in Orlando in 2025? So that's just nonprofits. But let's say you have a mixed martial arts event or kids or a school event or whatever it may be. We will go in there and we will contact them, and we can get backlinks from those different, if you will, events and sponsorships to our website, which will all be local. The thing is, the key there is it's a backlink from a local business or a local nonprofit. Got Mr. Andrew Thompson in the house. All right, appreciate you guys. Number 10, Google Maps and local map pack ranking factors. You need to understand all these 9 that we went through if you want to rank in the maps. All right, that's what's important for ranking. So is your GMB optimized, which we went over? Is it the correct category? Are you using local keyword optimization? Are you using the correct name, address, phone number? You can search the web and say, okay, you'll find so many times where people will be using, just for example, just give you an example. Yes, Dan, a backlink is a link on someone else's website to your website. A backlink is a link from someone else's website to your website. Okay. But number 2, number 3, name, address, phone number. You'll know how many times I've pulled someone's citations and they'll say, for example, just give me an example, junk removal Orlando versus junk removal Orlando LLC. Which does it matter? Does it really matter? Yes, it does matter because it's a totally different name. You can know, well, it's only the LLC. You may think it's only the LLC, but Google sees that as that's a different entity. And we want the same information across everything we do, whether that's your GMB listing or the citations or the backlinks or the press releases, whatever we're doing, we need to make sure that is the same, okay? Now, and we went over reviews. Once again, stop concentrating on just Google reviews. Facebook reviews, Trustpilot reviews, Angie's reviews. We showed you very clearly where Google is pulling reviews from other locations. You need to concentrate on it across the board. Number 5, local citations and directories. But remember, local citations, we can get a list of just junk removal citations or junk removal directories sometimes. Get them on those first and then get them on the secondary ones after that. The better citations are paid citations, like Better Business Bureau, the higher authority citations. Number 6, we went on-page SEO. It needs to be optimized for local SEO words, using local keywords, using local schema markup and geo-targeted tags. There was an actual post I did the other day in which I had audited someone that was doing junk removal from some big name guy, and you wouldn't believe, I'll have to find it again, but I did an audit for somebody and they didn't even have basic schema done. Basic schema. When I say basic schema, I mean, when I look at your schema, is it, for instance, do you just have website schema? Website schema, basically, here's your name, address, and phone number, and that is it. It doesn't have all of the other pertinent information, like reviews, and how many reviews have you gotten, and where are they from, and what categories you have, what service areas you offer. I do have a way to validate someone's schema, etc., and see what they're doing. And we do look at all of that. So schema validator. So for example, since I can't find it right now, I'm trying to look, I can look for it a different way. Give me 1 second. If I can find, there we go. And this is just a long story, but this is about local schema. It was a website audit. I audited of a website. The guy was paying over $1,000 a month, and the guy didn't even have basic schema. So how do we validate schema? We can go to schema validator. This is just for example, if you have SEO with somebody and they say, oh yeah, I'm doing your SEO, right? I'm doing your SEO. Okay. Let's pick some random person. Let's go junk removal, Orlando. Or matter of fact, let's go grab you, Dan. You gave me your stuff, so let's grab you. So let's go to Dan's website real quick. Do you have basic schema? Now, I don't know if Dan's paying for someone to do SEO. I know you're not signed up with me, so let's go ahead and look at this. Do you have schema? This right here will validate your schema and say yes or no, do you or do not have it. You have basically the same thing I did for that junk removal site, the guy that was paying over $1,000, this is your schema, which sucks. If you looked at our schema that we do, it's about 40 pages worth of schema. And literally, it's like, what cities do you serve? What areas are you serving in? No, you're not praying anyone right now. My website isn't great right now. Rest in peace. Yeah. If you need a new one, then just let me know and I can hook you up for pretty, affordable price. It's not very expensive to get a good website. So let me see if you got any questions, guys. Just drop them below and let me know. Okay. So I'm going to take a little pause real quick. And then we're going to run this test real quick. And then let me know if you got any questions. Andrew, Xavier, good to have you guys. Christopher, Rick, any of you got questions, let me know. Like I said, by the end of this meeting, I will be giving away a ticket. All right, let me show you schema, actual freaking schema. So you already saw what it shouldn't look like, which was just one web page, right? So we got web page schema, but this is our schema. That's just one part of it. Then we got video schema. And then we got local business schema. And you see it also has same as, it has X, it has Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Foursquare, Better Business Bureau, all the citations listed, all that jazz, your street address. It has your fax, has all the local information. A little bit different than that, thing that you had on yours, correct, Dan? I'm pretty sure. So that's what actual schema looks like. So if someone tells you you're doing SEO and you go to your schema validator and it pulls up that crap that you had earlier, they're damn well lying. And I've had people where they're paying $1,100, $1,200, $2,000 a month, and they don't even have basic fucking schema done. All right, so we already went over what's local SEO and why is it important. So why do you need to understand specifically for junk removal SEO? We'll go over that next. Let me see if we got any questions here. Here, my man, learning, Andrew, this SEO mastery course is worth thousands. I still can't believe my guy William is giving it away all for free. Yes, sir. A lot like you, brother. Those of you that don't know, and I've said this before, Xavier has been sending me referrals for I don't know how many years, and he's the one that hooked me up with Andrew, and he's never asked for the shit from me. And if you don't have his books, like I said on the live there, then you go get his books, you'll understand why he is the way he is once you read his story and stuff. So Let's fucking go. Wow, a little different than nothing I had. Yeah, it's very, very much so. Can you display the same as schema once again? I mean, I actually use a tool to write it. Bring in Lee in your views and tests. Is NAP consistency still? Yes, it's very much important. I don't give a shit what White Spark and Bright Local says. You want to know why? Because they're talking heads. Most of these guys, quote unquote, and these big wig crap, they are not doing SEO for hundreds and hundreds of businesses. Okay. Brendan, that's the problem with a lot of these people is they don't actually, they talk about it, but they don't actually do it. I can run some tests, for instance, and say NAP consistency is really not that important. Well, I could say, different things are not that important, but the reality is, unless you've tested across hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of GMBs, then what you have is a coincidence. What I have is actual data because I've worked with people across the board. Understanding junk removal SEO. Once again, it's local SEO service based for junk removal. Unlike traditional SEO, which just focuses on national, we're focusing on local. So why does it matter for your junk removal business? Number one, it's going to increase your visibility in your local searches. So anytime someone comes to Google, it's based on your location. Right now, I'm obviously in the Philippines. So those are going to show me a bunch of, if you will, Filipino. Oh, actually, my location, I'm sorry, is set to somewhere, I believe, on Ottawa. Yeah, I'm still in Ottawa because I'm using a VPN. But like I said, it's going to show all that information in Ottawa and stuff. So helps your business appear in the 3-pack. You want to appear in the 3-pack. Ensures your company's found when users type in words like junk removal near me. So anytime someone types in junk removal repair near me, are they finding you here? Are they finding you here? Right? And if they're not, it's because you're not doing SEO properly. Right? Higher conversion rates. Why do we want to be listed in maps? I was telling someone this the other day. Generally speaking, whenever I have you in maps, most people, if I'm calling for junk removal, I didn't even plan to clean out my garage. My wife bitched at me, and next thing you know, I'm cleaning out my garage, and I'm calling, I'm saying, Xavier, dude, can you come pick up this trash at the side of the curb? I don't want to fill out a phone. I don't want to fill out a form. I don't want to even go to your website most of the time. I just want to call somebody and get a hookup, right? Or they'll go to the website or they'll get driving directions, okay? But they want to usually call you, right? So, and it's going to lead to higher conversion rate. Conversion rate meaning when they click on your shit, did they buy from you? That's what's important. 78% of all local searches lead to a purchase. So fucking almost 80% of all searches lead to a paid service. Almost 80%. That's mind blowing. And you don't know how many of y'all are not in. Yeah, if you click here, just look at all these people in Orlando. All these people. You're not even in, page after page after page after page. Not even in the top 3. You're losing out on almost 80% of all traffic. Not only 80% of all traffic, you're losing on almost 78%, almost 80% of all paid services. In other words, if they went to your GMB listing, you likely would have been paid. But because you're not there, you're not getting paid. Number 3 is going to boost your trust and credibility. Why? Because there's something whenever someone comes here, they can see your reviews. How many reviews do you have? Are you actually responding to the reviews? What type of services are you posting? I can see your backlinks. I can see citations. I can see before and after images. Google also will prioritize verified, well-reviewed businesses in the search engines. Like I showed you earlier, so for example, when we did Dave, you'd see this. You see right here where it says verified. I'm using, this is a tool called Plepper. How many of you have heard of Plepper? If you haven't, you can actually go get it. It's plepper.com. Plepper.com. It's a really cool tool I use in my SEO tool pack. And this is one of the wares I tell you, for example, where it's telling me, what categories, what categories you should have, what categories there are. You can use it to do all types of things. And we'll probably go over this at a later date, but it's not something that you necessarily have to do SEO. But it's a tool that a lot of SEOs like, and you can see your Apple Maps business categories. You can see all types of Google business listing profile categories. So like if you typed in and fetched your categories like I was showing you earlier, Dan, and yours is not is being a little pecker right now, but it's taking a little bit of time to, if you will, load. But it will show you all the categories. It'll show you the associated categories, etc. So for example, in yours, this is all of them. If I type in junk removal, there's junk removal service. So that's your main category, Dan. And so the only categories you should ever use, and this is, related categories sometimes, most common to this, and you can go by junk removal, etc. But the point being, you're not going to see waste management. Waste management is actually totally separate. So waste sediment management is a separate service altogether. So, but nevertheless, that is Plepper. So it's going to verify, if you're verified, like I showed you here, it's going to prioritize it. How many reviews you got? Why do the reviews matter? Because reviews matter because it means, number one, people are engaging with your business and they trust your business. And you're engaging back with the clients if you're responding to them. Are they leaving photos on the reviews? Reviews with photos are 1,000 times more powerful than just a review. Now imagine this. A review left on location with photos is even more powerful than any of them. Okay. You said, Dan, I'm pretty sure when I signed up for my GMB junk removal was an option. Waste management is the closest thing. I could be wrong though, but I'll definitely get it changed. Jay, and local guide accounts too, right? What about local guide accounts? I don't use local guide accounts. They're not even as powerful as they used to be. Even though some people, oh yeah, they're powerful. No, they're not as powerful as they used to be. Not like we used to do it when the good old days. Number 4, we already went over this, optimized for mobile users. Why is it important? Over 60% of all searches happen on a mobile device. They're not going to computers and say, hey, I need Xavier or Andrew or somebody to take out my junk. It's usually an emergency. They're doing it from their cell phone. All right. Easily discoverable on your mobile and Google Maps. Number 5, you have a competitive advantage. Most junk removal businesses, as we already showed you, do not fully optimize for SEO. It is extremely, and I'll show you this. Andrew, you weren't here. If you don't believe it's very easy if you know what the hell you're doing to get ranked in junk removal. And a lot of you guys, when I'm looking at, I'm like, you're just not doing it right. And then you got SEOs out here raping y'all's asses for, thousands of dollars a month a lot of times. And they're still not getting you the rankings. And you still paying them. Right? I don't get it. So once again, are we getting results? And are you kind of, hey Harry, seeing you, beautiful face. Junk removal, all this junk removal, all junk removal on the top 3, not a problem. Okay. Harry, I will be in California in October, brother. What city are you in? Let me unmute him real quick. Sorry. I haven't seen Harry in forever. But message me because I'll be there in Santa Ana. I'm probably going to hit up Vegas as well while I'm there too. So I'm going to go to Vegas first, and then I'm going to go to Santa Ana in October. Los Angeles, yeah, I got a client out in Los Angeles too. So I'll swing by. I have to swing by. I know, and I know good old Alfredo's out there too. Um, so I got multiple reasons. I'll be there in October for Junk Expo, and I'll meet everybody out there. But you have a competitive advantage, like I just showed you. Most junk removal clients are not. Most of your competition's not even fully optimizing. So it's so simple just to do. I mean, give me 3 months with most of the junk removal businesses, you'll be in the top 3. And then we start expanding out to 2 miles, 3-mile radius, etc. And we just start making the phones ring. All right. And I know everybody promises that shit and then they don't deliver. I promise and I deliver. And I've told Andrew, if in 3 months you're not ranking, I pause your billing, stop billing you, and keep working for free until you are. That's crazy, right? So, Google Business Profile Optimization. What is it going to entail? And if you need to take a break and go get some coffee or what, we're going to be a little bit longer, okay? These classes will not just be 1 hour. Google Business Profile Optimization. Number 1, claim and verify your Google Business Profile to improve search rankings or open it. Fill out your profile completely, i.e. your name, consistent. Consistency. If it's LLC, you better put fucking LLC in there. Don't just be lazy and go, well, I don't feel like putting LLC in there and then wonder why your fucking shit's not ranking, okay? Business name consistent. If it is Junk Removal Orlando LLC, put in Junk Removal Orlando LLC. All right. Address. You want your address shown. You do not want a service area based business. You can do that, but you are setting yourself up to be harder to rank. Okay. I can still rank you as an SAB, but it may take longer. All right. It's going to take more effort. If you have your address at your house, go rent an office for a couple of $100. It's not hard. Pay someone, anybody, get an office. Phone number. I had someone ask this the other day. Does call tracking matter? No, it does not. It will not affect your rankings. As long as you use the same phone number across all citations, all backlinks, and all of your websites and your listings. Now, if you use various phone numbers on various places like Facebook and everywhere else, yes, it's going to matter. It's going to fuck things up. Business hours, services, and service areas. They need to match what's on your website and everywhere else you put it. Don't be putting different business hours on different places like Facebook versus your GMB and versus your website. You know how many times I've seen one place you got, I'm open from 9 to 5, and another place you say I'm open from 7 to 6. Consistency, Los Angeles, North San Diego. Well, maybe I'll just hit everybody up and say, hey, I'm going to be in, where I'm landing. Because I'm probably going to land in San Fran. And then I'll be hitting up, and hitting up that area. So Xavier says, it'd be great to see you teach a class on why 1-800-JUNK constantly dominates the organic SEO space. Since you asked, I'll do it. Just message me and remind me. But I actually had someone yesterday, believe it or not, Xavier, he thought 1-800-GOT-JUNK dominate their city, and this was out in I forget where, out in Cali. And I was looking at it, and they are not dominating that area. A lot of people, and I'll do one real quick for you, Xavier. Drop me a city where they dominate, or you think they're dominating. Let me show you. I will be in the States for a month. I plan on probably being in Cali for 2 weeks. So, all right, we're going to go through this real quick. Then I'm going to go back to Xavier and 1-800-JUNK. Add high quality images to your listing. So are you adding high quality images or no? Ensure customer review. You're getting encouraged customer reviews and respond to them promptly. Do not wait to the end of the month to respond to them. Respond to them as they come in. I will be coming back at the end to this 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And like I said, I'm giving away free tickets to stay to the end. Number 2, like I talked about, local keyword optimization. Use junk removal or geo-specific keywords throughout your content, like junk removal in city, affordable garbage disposal near me, eco-friendly junk hauling in this location. Use the keywords in website content, your meta descriptions, your meta titles. We'll go over all that stuff if you don't know what a meta description and title is. And your GMB description. GMB description, for example, if I clicked on any of these, is this right here. Here's your description. Here's your title. Here's your description. Do they have any of their, for example, do they say Ottawa anywhere? They got it in their title, but do they put it anywhere else? And B. Ottawa. No, he doesn't even put Ottawa in his description whatsoever. Like I said, most of these, when I look at them, they're not even optimized. They're not optimized, bro. Half the time I'm looking at them, they're not optimized. Okay. 3, online reviews reputation. We went over that. Make sure you're getting not just Google reviews, but reviews everywhere. Trustpilot, Facebook, Yelp, everywhere. They will all be pulled into Google. Google pulls them in from other trusted places. Positive reviews will increase your ranking, especially review left on location after the job is done with images. Once again, local citations, we went over that. I will be dropping my local citation list in the back end so you guys can have it, okay? And we are aware of how to get local backlinks. Local content. How do I come up with terms for local content? Google tells you. Stop trying to come up with fucking ideas. Right here. What is the minimum price for junk removal? What's the cheapest way? This year, people also ask for PAA questions. Put this shit on your website, either as facts or blog posts. And if you don't know what a damn, if you will, for example, ChatGPT, I mean, give me a quick, watch this. Watch this crap. Full people also ask questions for y'all got no excuses. We didn't have all these fucking tools before. Now they're all here and it pulls all these questions. Also, like I was showing you, Plepper has the same thing. The tool we went over earlier, Plepper has the same thing. It's got a scraper. All this crap, all of it, all types of tools in here you can use. Now, what would I do with these people also ask questions? I would either do one or two things. Let's say it's about, give you an example, hot tub removal near me. How are we going to write local content for our business? All right, so let's say I have a page called hot tub removal, right? Hot tub removal. We wrote that page. Now what are we going to do with these people also ask questions? Well, we're going to create facts. How to get rid of your hot tub, and then we're going to answer it. What do you do with a hot tub you don't want? And that. Why are we going to use these? Because Google's telling us this is what people are also asking for. These are other questions people are asking when it's related to that term in your area. And then not only that, we can use these to come up with blogs. Now, I have an amazing blog prompt with ChatGPT. We'll write out about 800, anywhere from 800 to 1500 words, and it looks like a very good story that you can actually read and enjoy and not be boring the shit out of you. All right. We're going to come up back to 1-800-GOT-JUNK. So don't think I forgot about it, Andrew and Xavier. Number 6, mobile optimization. Wow. Like we already told, almost 80-something% of all traffic comes from mobile. You want to optimize voice search queries. What is voice search? Because people ask me all the time. So voice search is where someone generally goes, hey, Google, find junk removal near me. Imagine if someone's doing that, just for example, in let's say Dallas. All in title, semicolon, quote. This is a hack to find out who's actually trying to get ranked for that term in your area. And guess how many people are trying to get ranked for that term in your area? Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1-800-GOT-JUNK, 6, 7, 8. Not too many in Ottawa. But they're trying to get ranked for this voice search term. Or what's the best junk removal service in the city? And you don't know how to do it. You can structure your content in a question and answer format to match voice behavior. Okay, now, I don't know how to get these. You get these, people, I don't know how to come up with these. I don't know how to come up with blogs about that. I don't know how to come up with facts about it. I don't know how to do on-page SEO for it. How do I do it? Tell them, I need 20 search terms around junk removal in Orlando. So these are all questions related. You see how they're written different. Hey, Google, find me junk removal near me. Where can I dispose of? You're asking Google terms. This is voice search terms that you want to go after. So, and this is how we do it. We structure them in content, this question and answer format. So it matches as if I was doing a voice search and not a typed texted search. All right. Now, practical exercises when you're doing a junk removal SEO audit. Google search test, search for junk removal near me. Take note of the top 3 businesses in Google local pack. Analyze what makes them rank. Reviews, keywords, business details. What is it? Google business profile check. Look up your own or your competitors' Google business profile. Identify what is missing, what needs improvement, images, categories, business hours. Is it their name, address, phone number? All right. And what we're going to do, like I said at the end, I'm going to email everybody, whoever responds to me first and says, hey, here's the GMB. I'm going to audit that GMB and I'm going to optimize that GMB. And I'm going to show you what other people are doing different compared to you. Okay? There's 2 things we're giving away free on this show today, but I ain't even dropped the other one yet. All right, conclusion. Junk removal is essential in digital marketing for junk removal, looking for local customers, increasing leads, local search, getting reviews, etc., etc. All right, let's now, you 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And we're going to go over to Houston. Yeah, Houston's definitely, I know, give you, for example, let's say maps. I'm going to pick anybody and everybody, and then we'll go through it. And then we're going to do our giveaway. All right. Say junk removal, Houston. Here's Junk King. Okay, let's see who actually is doing the best. Junk King or 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And let's see if they're actually dominating. Dominating means you are outranking everybody in that entire area. So we can open a local dominator just to show you how we do it. We go to dashboard, we create a scan. We can look up this. He's in Houston. All right, this is a 1 mile radius. This is what we always start with, guys. When you come to me, the other guys that will do it at smaller, which is stupid, but I always start out with 1 mile. 1 mile is a big area, quite honestly. I start out with this and make it green like a cabbage patch. And then once we do that, then we'll expand out to 2 miles. Generally 2 miles, not kilometer. So 1 mile, then we go to 2 miles. And then depending on the client, we may go out further. But for this instance, I know Junk King, this guy's actually not in Houston. He's just outside of Houston. Anytime when you set up an actual GMB, what you want to do is you want to be at what we call the centroid. The centroid is the center of Houston. If you want to actually rank in Houston, you need to be at the center of Houston. What's the center of Houston? Well, what's the latitude and longitude of Houston? Houston, Texas. What's the latitude, longitude? Right here. All this is in here. You get all the information from here. Go lat, longitude. Pull that information. You want to be as close to this as possible. The centroid. Okay. That's number 1. So junk removal. King. Junk King. We're looking at 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Why is Junk King the guy I pulled up? Let's see who actually is the king of junk removal in this area. Junk removal. I'm going to go after 2 terms. Junk removal and junk removal near me. We'll start with that. We're going to go to 1 mile radius and see who actually runs the show. Scan it. History. Any questions so far, guys? And we're about to wrap up. After we do this, I'm going to do my giveaway, and then we'll go from there. All right, while that's running, give me a number between 1 and 20. We got, give me a number, but there we go. 1 and 20, and I'm doing 2 things. Free, you can't win both. Free ticket to Junk Expo. Obviously, you can't already be going. And 2, if you don't have SEO, I'm going to give 1 SEO package away for free if you allow me to use it during this course, meaning you must have a GMB, it must not be optimized or anything done to it, so I can show you how to optimize your GMB and how to actually do it. And it needs to be in junk removal, okay? So go ahead and drop your numbers 1 through 20. All right, 2 things, Junk Expo ticket and 1 package of premium SEO for free. All right, let's look at junk removal. He's definitely dominating that. Honestly, there's still room for improvement, but there's always room for improvement. Let's look at his actual listing just to show you. This is what it looks like if you actually click on the image. This is what most of the time someone sends you. He's dominating the niche, but as you can see, as you go out further, he gets into the top 3s and 4s. And some of them are even 5s and 9s and 6s and 7s going out here. Okay. Now, how do we see who's actually the #1 big king in this area? Let's click on that one. This little button right here inside Local Dominator. If you ever want to sign up for Local Dominator, let me know and I'll send you over a link to do so. Now, he's #1 in Houston. In this area in Houston, he's #1. So it ain't 1-800-GOT-JUNK. But if let's click on #4. 1-800-GOT-JUNK? No. Two Mexicans junk removal is down here #6. They just signed up with me, I believe, because I remember seeing it come through. We Haul is down here. We Haul it. All right. So in that area, it's actually Vet's Junk Call. It's the #1 person, big dog. If you click over in this area, is it 1-800-GOT-JUNK? No, they're nowhere to be found, buddy. Now, let's go over here. Is it 1-800-GOT-JUNK? Nada. Nada. All right, so there's another thing we can do. Let's see if maybe they're ranking in the actual centroid of Houston. In other words, I'm going to move this map down to over here, actually over Houston, and see who's the king of the show down there. All right, let me go up here. Houston, 13, 18. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Xavier. How do you decide to make a decision on that geo? So 1 mile is a pretty big area, right? I don't go 9. It just depends. I'm just trying to get you ranked in that area. I mean, and the thing is, studies have shown that most people that are driving, Brian, only go about 5 miles from their house. So, which will be within that area. You don't need to go all big out. Dang. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. Now, just because they're not ranking in maps doesn't mean they're not killing it. Because you got to understand there are things. Google Ads. There's signs, yard signs. There's advertising on on TV. There's advertising on billboards. So they became a huge brand. And once you become a huge brand, what can you do? Once you become a huge brand, you can then spend a lot of money. So he's nowhere to be found over here if you move that over here. So who's the #1 guy in this area? The Junk Lady, Dump Monster, BOGO. It ain't 1-800-GOT-JUNK, buddy. That's the illusion most people think is like, because they have a huge brand. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Now, let's do this. Let's do another one. Let's say, all right, I'm curious. Now that Mr. Xavier's brought it up, let's see why people think they're ranking. I mean, the main one is they just have a huge brand. But let's go 1-800-GOT-JUNK and let's see who we can look at. 1-800. I have a big finger and got junk. So let's just choose. I'm going to look for Houston in specific. Houston. If I can't find it this way, I have another way. Houston. All right, so I don't see anything popping up that way. Let me go over here to maps, and I'm going to see if I can find them. There we go. This one is in Houston. Let's pull up their CID. Search for them. See if I can find them, and then if I can find them, I'm going to pull them and see where they're ranking at, why you think they're ranking. All right, here we go. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. They're in Houston in the west. So junk removal near me. And let's do junk removal service, and let's do junk removal. All right, you're going to do a 1 mile radius. And as you can see, they're actually not in Houston. Not in Houston. They're not in the centroid. They're northwest. That's why it's called west over here in Houston. They have Houston in here. Okay. Let's cover, since they're dominating Houston. So 3 mile radius, huge as shit, but they're still not actually in Houston. But let's just do a 1 mile radius and see where they're at. Or let's go out a little bit. 2 mile radius. Scan that shit. And now let's go back. And we're going to see what they're doing. Almost 10,000 reviews. Yeah. Brand. When you create a brand, people are going to use you, and people are going to buy from you, and people are going to think you're the #1 motherfucker. But look at this. He's nowhere to be found. Nowhere. Not in sight, bro. Let's go over here. Let's go back to maps. So as you see, nowhere to be found. Terrible. Let's go 1-800-GOT-JUNK Houston, just to see if there's anything. This is in West Houston, but the only one I see is in West Houston. And no, they are nowhere to be found. Junk removal, let's look them up. Almost 10,000 reviews, and this is what their shit looks like. Now, what we'll do is I'm going to rescan it and go out bigger and see if they're ranking somewhere else, maybe. Because maybe they're ranking more towards Houston. Yeah. This is why I say, yes, junk removal is a good niche, right? And it's easy to rank in because no one's doing their fucking job. One, no one. They're not doing their work. Most of these SEOs out here doing junk removal, and if they can't even get ranked, for junk removal, they got serious issues, bro. Serious issues. You don't know how many SEO agencies in the junk removal space that I've looked at that don't even rank their own damn selves. Much less they're trying to tell other people they can rank. I'm not going to sling names or nothing, but that's the way it is. Junk removal. Junk removal near me. So let's just go after those two. I'm not throwing in the term Houston or nothing like that. And we're going to go to a 3 mile radius let's go over even more. Let's go 5 miles to cover Houston, just to give them a hope in the hell. Go to Houston, and now wait. That's going to be a huge area. Huge. Let's see what they got. This recording, like I said, will be uploaded into the school community. You guys will watch later. But right now we're going over 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Now, the next class will actually be on doing the actual optimization, what we went over in here. The points that we went over as far as is your business optimized and everything, we're going to do an optimization. We're going to go through all of this. First things first, look at your website. Is it crap or not? Does it need to be fixed? Generally speaking, yes. Then after that, we need to optimize your website. Then we need to fix it. Once that's fixed, then we're going to come in and fix your damn GMB. Okay? So we're going to be recording all of this. It will be in the back end and everything. Someone lucky today is going to win SEO, and someone else going to win a ticket. So I can't believe it. That was the franchise I worked for. After I left, they got like 5,000 reviews in less than 8 months. Kind of weird. Yeah, it's called they bought them. They are nowhere to be found. Let's see who is the number one motherfucker in Houston. Ah, they do rank. They rank in four little spots here. And even there, they're not even, they're in the top three in that one little area, buddy. In that one little area. You know who is? College hunks in that area, dominating it. But if you click on any of these are all who dominates. We Haul, it's one of mine, FYI. So once I take on one client in a city, I don't take on any more. Guess who is? Bingo, baby. We Haul it. Love it. We just started working on We Haul it probably 5 weeks ago. Junk.com, Text Meg. So you get to see who is 1-800-GOT-JUNK, ain't got a hope in hell. So I had someone the other day because I just took on Forget About It. Took on him and took him up, and he's in Los Angeles. So I will be dominating that area, and he thought 1-800-JUNK got a hope in hell as well. You need to take a screenshot. Well, you'll have a video. I'll be uploading the video once I'm done. Let me go ahead. So number between 1 through 20. And let me get a spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. I don't want to do it, but that. All right, I'm gonna enter in your names and shit, but let's see. I got your names. Okay, got Dan. Give me a second. Dan. Anybody that's in here is gonna get it, but let's see. So putting your names in, we're gonna get you set up. Give me a few seconds. So no, Brennan, you can't unless you want to travel to California. You're not going to get the ticket to Cali. But it's good seeing you at WasCon when we were there too. So Jay, Chris, make sure I don't miss you, because if I don't get your name in here, you're gonna be mad at me. I got Dan, I got Brennan, I got Jay, I got Chris, I got Michaela, Harry, Cisco. Anybody else want in on this? Because I'm about to give away free SEO and the free ticket. Yay, nay, because once I say spin, I'm done. Going once. Going twice. All right, I'm done. All right, spin the wheel time. First one is going to be for the free SEO. Need to have either a junk removal client or must be in junk removal. Y'all guys see your names and all that shit on there, right? Yes or no? Give me a 1 if you say yes. All right, spin the wheel. So free SEO on this one is going to be Cisco or Dan. Sorry, not Cisco. Dan. So Dan, message me, and with you, because your website is shit, we're going to need to build out a new website. Okay, so this upcoming next week, I'm going to have my team build out your fucking website within a week. We'll have the website done, and then after the website's done, so the next class, what I'll be doing is I'm going to go over how do I structure the website and set it up for success. And yours, honestly, kind of be a perfect case scenario because I can show you guys, if you don't have a good website, what are we going to do? And how are we going to change it? And that sort of thing. Congratulations, Dan. And just message me on Facebook, and then we'll get you hooked up. So, and if you could, I mean, because we like doing this, if you could make a post about it on Facebook, tag me in it, all that jazz. I'm going to make a screenshot real quick of this, and because we're always trying to give back to the community, just like Xavier and everybody else. We're not here in this just for ourselves. So, all right, let me save this desktop. All right, next one. All right, remove. I'm going to remove you, Dan, because you can't win again. All right, so the next one is going to be for the ticket to the event. Ticket to the event. Xavier is going to be there speaking. Andrew is going to be there speaking. I will be there. I'm a sponsor. So let's go ahead and do this. Awesome, Makala. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you are also a winner as well. Congratulations. I'm going to post this up on Facebook. Just, as always, like tell people thank you and all that type of jazz and that sort of thing. I'm going to talk to Mr. Vic and find out how we can get the ticket over to you. I have the ticket. The ticket is in my name, and I've already bought the ticket. I actually posted it. Xavier, Andrew, all that seen it. So, Brennan, if we're using junk removal or rank and rent, how do we ensure name address consistency? Because we need to update client office address and phone numbers when new client. Yeah, that's why I don't get involved with rank and rent anymore, bro. It's too complicated with that crap. What I personally would do is, when we were doing rank and rent before in the previous GME Pros class was, excuse me, you set up the address and set up the GMB. I don't ever change the name, address, phone number on the GMB and my citations and my backlinks. I simply rent out and sell the leads. That's all I do. So, but Dan, message me on Facebook. As a matter of fact, drop your Facebook link if you have it in the meeting. So in the comments down here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and message you and get you the onboarding ticket and get you onboarded first thing on Monday. So drop it there real quick. Okay, you already messaged me. Let me make sure I got it. So I don't want to get off here and then I ain't got it. See if you're in message requests. There you are. All right, I'll be messaging you, Dan. Congratulations, Dan. Congratulations, Michaela. Message me, Michaela, on Facebook. I know we also have a call, I believe, next week as well. And then I want to talk to Mr. Vic and find out how we can get that ticket transferred over to you. And appreciate you guys. And I'm going to put this recording. This recording will be in the back end in the school. If you're not in school, let me drop it one last time inside here. We already have over 190 members, like I said, in less than a few days. So if you're not in it, you need to get in it. That's where all communication is going. I'm not putting anything like Harry's from old school GMB Pros. Nothing's being putting in GMB Pros anymore. Ah, that's good. See, Mr. Brennan's got his Rank Fortress shirt on too. I like seeing them bitches. Everybody. Yeah. And when I come to the junk hall, I'm in junk expo too. I'm bringing a bunch of giveaways and shit. So it'd be good to see y'all. We can go out for dinner and stuff like that too. So um appreciate you guys. This will be uploading the back end. Like I said, the back end in the school academy is, we're going to be doing other things. So the Rank Fortress Academy is not just going to be junk removal. For those of you who've been around a while, I'm also going to be having like my own staff. I'll be teaching G stacks, cloud stacks, web design, go high level, all that. But that will all be paid. But the classes I personally do will be free. So I'm going to be doing multiple classes besides junk removal. I'm also doing some on white hat or white label SEO and some other ones on lead generation and Facebook organic marketing. But right now I'm focused on junk removal only. So if you have any questions, just feel free to message me. Once again, join the School Academy, and it is free to join. It is not paid. Nothing I do is paid anymore except for when my staff do it, and all that goes 100% to the staff. All right. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time. Be blessed. Have a good day.